One of the nice things that you can do with InfoRetriever is to send jobs and control points over to Google Earth or Google Maps to create location maps. To do this, you must include a lat/lon location for your jobs, and you would enter that here on the Job Info tab. To enter them as degrees, minutes, seconds, just enter each part separated by a space, just like you see here. To enter them as decimal degrees, include the decimal point and also use a negative value for south latitude and for west longitude. Likewise, for control points, you need to include a lat/lon here. So let's export some jobs. First, I need to switch back to the jobs view. Now, when I run the export command, it will export whatever I've looked up here on the jobs view. So if I want to export all of the jobs, then I would first need to do a lookup all. Or maybe I only want to export the jobs in a particular subdivision, then I would look up those instead. And again, only jobs that have a latitude and longitude will be exported. So to do the export, I'll select the File menu, then Export, and then Export to a Kml file. KML is short for Keyhole Markup Language, which is a file format for geographic information that is compatible with Google Earth and Google Maps. If you have Google Earth installed on your computer, then choosing this option here will automatically launch it, and then automatically import the KML file for you. If you want to import the file yourself, or perhaps you're going to email it to some other person, then just drag the KML file on top of Google Earth and drop it off, and it will be imported. When you do the export, each of the job locations will be indicated by a colored push pin, and you can set the color for the push pin over here. Also, each job must have a job number, and this is because the job number is what each push pin will be labeled with. We're ready to go, so I'll click OK, and then provide a name for the KML file. And there they are. And when you click on a push pin, additional information about that job is displayed. You can also bring the KML file into Google Maps, but it's a little more involved. First, you need to have a Google account. If you have a Gmail email address, then you're all set up. If you don't have a Gmail email address, then go to gmail.com and sign up for one, and that's free. To import a KML file into Google Maps, you need to use what they call Google My Maps. And you can get there by going to google.com/mymaps. Once you're in My Maps, you will see a list of the maps that you've already created. And if you're new to My Maps, you will of course need to create one. So let's do that now. I'll click on the red plus icon here on the bottom. And it's done. You can now enter a name for the map and do other things, but for now, we want to import the KML file into it. So I'll click the Import button, and now just drag the KML file over to the window here. And there it is. Now, I'm not going to talk anymore about Google Earth or Google Maps, but just know that there are many more things that can be done with these two applications. So be sure to check them out and check out the Google documentation to learn more about them. So now let's go back to InfoRetriever. We just created a location map for our jobs, and we can do the same thing for the control points. So to do that, I need to switch over to the control view and then look up the points that I want to export. And I'll do a lookup all. And then just like the jobs, I'll go to the File menu, Export, Export to a Kml file. I'll assign a color, and I'll make these yellow. and then click OK and give it a name. And there they are, right on the same map as the job points. I'll zoom in here so you can see that. There are the points that we did for jobs in green and the control point in yellow. And just like with jobs, if you click on a point, you'll see additional information.